Hello and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FES. My name is Winona, and today I'll be playing the little scrawny wizard Scribbles Scrambles, and I'm with the amazing, the lovely, my greatest of friends.
Oh, gosh. You never get accustomed to that. Hello, everybody. My name is Whis. I'm playing Selli Alamos today. Also, I object to Scribbles being called a little scrawny wizard. He's very tall.
Compared to Selli, no, he's not small at all. Compared to almost everyone else, I mean, look at his daughter.
That's true. That's true. Marigold is very tall also. Oh dear, oh dear. So, what is the lovely couple up to today, Winona?
Today's a very special day. They're finally taking the trip that they wanted to go, take a little day trip over to Gisnep, the capital. Well, not Gisnep. Happy's place.
Happiest place. Yeah.
Happiest place.
Yes. For the time being, they do still live in Toontown.
Indeed.
Although, thank goodness for teleportation circle stations.
Oh, yeah.
Because Selli works in UPA now.
Yeah, they are a godsend. I really wish we had them in real life.
Right? God, I wish they were real.
I know, it'd make life so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, they're taking a day trip. Say Marigold and Scratch are either with TOC or with Jewel. Whoever is free at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Since, let's say Nebula isn't free. Looks at Undertoons.
Lol. Yeah. We won't get into that.
Yeah, that's a whole thing. Go watch it, everyone. It's good. But yeah, we transitioned from the teleportation circle to Happy's place, the happiest place on Earth.
Zatori. Yeah,
Yes.
happiest place on Zatori.
Happiest place on Zatori.
I guess it is technically correct because it is literally called happiest place. I guess.
It is.
We're
And
splitting hairs.
yeah, we are. But doesn't matter. Because the moment they step into Happy's place, it's Halloween time. It is fall time. Decorations are absolutely everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They're on the buildings. There's it's on the road. There's pumpkins lining Main Street with spooky spiders and bats hanging from the light posts and cobwebs hanging from the doors. Honestly, from the look of it, they're trying really hard. They're obviously overcompensating for something.
Oh dear. Oh man. Well, maybe everyone's just inspired this year. Who knows?
I look at Halloween Town. Oh yeah, they're definitely trying to overcompensate.
Couldn't really have anything to do with some of the things that's been going on in Halloween Town this year, but anyway. It's definitely the kind of weather that Selli starts to rug up. She's not wearing her full winter dress and cape yet, but like she's got a cardigan on. She's starting to be a bit rugged up because she's from the tropics. Cold.
Yeah. Well, Scribbles is in his just sweat. This is sweatshirt weather. Though he's wearing a nice sort of pullover, like longer sleeve sort of sweater thing. Yeah, they're called sweaters. I couldn't think of the word for a second. Jeez. Nice orange sweatshirt with a white button-down shirt. Very nice, fancy lad.
Yeah, nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's the kind of weather that we had wanted when we went to Japan. Instead, we got very cold.
Yeah, it sucks when you plan for weather and then it goes totally south. Or at least your case, north. Hey.
Yes, it was north for us. But anyway. Yeah, okay, so we've ended up in Happiest Place. It's pumpkins aplenty, which Sally's not mad about. Like, they don't celebrate Halloween in Alamos town. So last year's Halloween was her first one, and now she's quite fond of the whole thing because that's fun. I like new things. Fun, new things is fun.
Yeah. And you're sort of on the main street now. You can definitely see this is the more touristy areas of, say, of Happy's Place. Definitely tons of gift shops. There are like there's stands everywhere with like hot chocolate, hot cider, say all the warm drinks now littering about, along with some other sort of various shops. They're definitely getting into season.
Oh, she's very excited. She's looking at all the shops, and she's she's going to find a hot drink cart, and she's going to buy Scribbles a hot apple cider before he has any say in the matter.
Aww.
And she's just going to hand it to him and just smile at him.
Oh, thanks, Selli. And he takes it and gives it a sip. So, what do you... Oh, sorry.
Too different from what we get at home?
There's definitely different spices in this for sure, but it tastes really good.
Oh, good.
So, where do you want to look first? He's gonna go roll for hammer space. Yeah, he makes it. Pulls out the tourist sort of little brochure thing. I'm gonna say this looks to be a Halloween version, so it's the most recent one. We have our tour of the historical Gisnep castle. There's also the scryer, that giant ball over there, and he points towards the giant ball that's in the distance. And then he's like, oh, there's the Magic Academy. There's also, there actually looks to be like a food festival around the Great Paper Tree.
Oh, it all sounds so good. Why don't we look at the Magic Academy first? Because I know that you want to. And then maybe the food festival?
Sounds great. Scribble smiles and puts an arm over her shoulder as he leads her towards the academy.
She's like, Magic Academy. I wonder why that is on his list.
Yeah. Magic Academy.
She's glowing a little too. She's happy and excited. And she gets to spend a day with just Scribbles, which she doesn't get that often. Especially not now that she's got a job.
Yeah, how's her job then?
I mean, baby's first job is one hell of a first job. So, like, she's worked very hard. She's worked long hours so that she's not making any mistakes.
Yeah, it's definitely been trying to put out multiple fires.
Yeah. Yeah, when you've got a dragon in your basement, there tends to be a bit of fire around.
Yeah.
She's doing her best. She's doing her best.
Yeah. Yeah, you head off to the Magic Academy, which is definitely very much very similar, but also very different to the college vibes for UPA University. While UPA University is more spread out and more naturey, there's definitely more of an urban feel to the Magic Academy of Happy's Place.
Selli is taking notes. She quite likes the layout of her university, but like she's taking mental notes. So she's not about to go and turn it into an urban jungle or anything because that only appeals to a certain number of people. But she's still looking around with fascination.
Yeah. There are some like natural things. Definitely it's on the outside where there's some things that are newer. As you continue to go in, there is definitely the older buildings, the older styles. Probably some things that were originally maybe a part of the city that were sort of adopted into the university.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry, you go.
UPA University isn't just magic, is it? It's got a whole bunch of other stuff too.
Oh yeah.
It's like legitimately a university.
Yeah, it's a legitimate university. Well, the Magic Academy is like purely for magical types. You see there are the mages, there's the wizards, there's all the magic users just walking around.
It's so different to the university, Scribbles. How incredible.
Yeah, they focus, say, as the name suggests, the Magic Academy focuses mainly on magic and the different types of it.
I think I rather like having all the other subjects available that we have.
Scribbles.
Not that there's anything wrong with specialist schools, but it's definitely a different vibe.
Oh yeah, for sure. As you even see, like, there's like decorations specifically in this sort of area that are more magically based. Like, there's like illusions of like skeletons dancing around, visuals on the wall seeming to move and stuff.
Selli's just gonna take Scribbles' hand. Are you doing all right?
Let's see if he's doing all right.
The big wuss.
The big wuss. 18. Yeah, he's doing fine.
He's doing all right. He's been spending some time in Halloween Town. He's slowly getting desensitized to this stuff.
Yeah. He's slowly getting desensitized. Not fully yet, but mainly. There's definitely a different vibe in Halloween Town than there is here. It's definitely more family friendly.
Good grief.
Yeah. But Scribbles does point at the map. It's just like, there's one of the main features of the Magical Academy is actually the giant Magical Academy library, if you want to go see that.
Her eye has sparkles in it, and she is glowing a little bit brighter. You said the magic word library. Of course she wants to go to the library. She does a little tiny pap of her hands and a little tiny bounce. Oh yes, let's go look at the library.
Scribbles just hair glows yellow as he just smiles like, yeah, of course. As he leads her to the library.
Do you want to go to the library? Is the sky blue? Alright, well, she's gonna let Scribbles lead the way.
Yeah, Scribbles is leading her to the library. And as I said, like, the decorations are top notch, more magically based with a lot of illusions, but very nice. And as you get closer to the Magic Academy, they sort of like grow a bit, and almost like a fog comes from the academy itself, almost like it's similar to like a cauldron and stuff. The magic is like leaking out of the library.
My goodness.
Yeah. They don't do things by halves here.
No, it doesn't seem like it. My goodness, what a strange... our magical departments aren't really this...
Yeah.
I want to say leaky?
It's illusion, of course. And Scribble sort of like goes his hand through the fog and sort of cuts through in an awkward sort of angle. It's for the visual. But it does make it have a very spooky vibe.
It really does. We haven't really had the energy for dressing up the university this year. It's been too busy.
Yeah, but of course with all that has happened, well, who could really blame us? Though, maybe it's something that we can try to push at least a little bit before the holiday actually begins. Try to cheer up people a little bit, you know?
Maybe. Though, it's not as though we don't have contacts in Halloween Town. I wonder if next year we could do a bit more, maybe a fair. A Halloween fair. Wouldn't that be nice?
Oh, that would be amazing. Yeah, I think everyone would love that. And with
get all the departments on board, and Oh, I think that is a great idea.
I agree.
She has made a mental note. Halloween fair at the UPA University next year.
Yeah. Scribbles, they say Scribbles leads her inside, and as you go inside, it's similar to, like, Harry Potter, where there are floating jack-o'-lanterns in the air lighting the whole library with, like, bats, not bats, but the books are, like, flying like bats/birds in the air.
Oh, yeah, the flappy book kind of vibe. Yeah. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, yeah, cool. Selli is going to be looking around at the scope of the library and the different sections, and all of this is just for magic research. Incredible.
Yeah, I used to venture out here a lot because they have an amazing reach on magic.
We should see if we can get your book in here, love.
I agree, but that's for a different day. This day is about you and me, us.
It's quite impressive.
Oh yeah, it is absolutely amazing. And would you like to make a dex save?
A dex save? Okay. Oh dear. What's your dex save? Oh, yeah. That's right. That is a total of 7.
Oh, sweet baby girl.
Oh, she whiffed it.
She whiffed it. Well, Scribbles actually didn't do bad. He rolled a 15 on the die.
She's distracted. She's thinking, like, she hasn't really been able to switch off her university management brain, even at home, for a while, because she's all like she's kind of dove in head first into the paddling pool that is, that's the intensity with which she's gone at her new job. So she's still looking at this academy and going, okay, what are they doing that I think is a really good idea that we're not doing at the university? And okay, this is a very impressive library for just the magical sciences. It's like, oh my gosh. What kind of books do they have that we don't have? Can we do a library exchange program? Brr, brain go brr. She's not paying attention.
Yeah, as a flying book flies up from like her legs, and she jumps and she falls over.
Just a flying book went up her skirt. Oh no. Oh yeah, no, she's gonna let out a little yelp, and she is going to fall over. And it is not dignified, because it was a 7.
Selli, are you okay?
I'm alright. Oh my goodness, what was that?
I don't know. And Scribbles himself has to make another dex. So close, buddy. You missed it by 1. As Scribbles, but it is as undignified as her, as another sort of like small like swarm of books just flies near him and just like, whoa, like spins him into like cartoonish circles before he falls down. It's the books.
Oh, they're enchanted to be cheeky, it seems. How undignified and rude, going up a lady's dress. My goodness.
I mean, I'm not very sure how much intelligence they have, but it definitely was underhanded.
Should like to have a word with the person who put that enchantment in place. They should know better.
Yeah, definitely. Spooky going. I see what they were trying to do. They were trying to get a little jump, but that was going too far. Scribbles gets up and reaches a hand towards Selli.
She'll take it and let him help her up.
But is there anything you wanted to look around this library in particular? I mean, the knowledge of books is just expansive.
It's very impressive. The absolute size of it is remarkable, especially given as it's such a limited scope of subjects. But I wonder whether or not they have particularly many books that we don't have at our library. If they do, a library exchange program could be quite beneficial for both the academy and the university.
I agree. I think that'd be a great idea. I mean, magic is maybe a somewhat small subject when it comes to scope. Well, not really. I mean, there's a lot to do with it. A lot we don't know. A lot of it's theories. A lot of it's people go into real detail. He just sort of waves a hand around as he just at the library as you see.
No, I know, darling. I've read your Meta Magica research. I know how much detail can go into these things. But...
yeah.
No, I wonder. I like our university, how there's not just magic. There's so much more to it. The medical department, the arts, language, communications, it's all very fascinating.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about just a general university. It has a little bit of everything.
I think it's what makes us so unique.
Scribbles nods. I agree.
Well, perhaps we can... we do have a lot of things to see still, so maybe I could perhaps just get some contact details and follow that train of thought a little bit later.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Selli's going to go and find what looks like a reception desk or a librarian or whatever, and have a quick chat and see if there is a head librarian contact information that she can get a business card or something, so that she can ask about book exchanges when they're not supposed to be on vacation.
That's fair. But I need you to roll one more dex save.
Oh gosh, okay. That is significantly better. She still doesn't have a modifier to her dex. But that is a 19, so I am just picturing this book coming in and she just sort of snaps her hands and snaps it closed and just goes, no.
Oh no. As you do that, you ironically get the opposite effect as a whole swarm of books then surrounds you and lifts you off the ground.
What? That is a very, very high DC. Okay, how are you going to react to that then, miss? What are you going to do? They probably don't understand language because they're just books.
Yeah. And they're moving pretty quickly. However, Scribbles is sort of chasing. He's like, "Hey!" However, it doesn't take you too long as they actually drop you off at the reception desk, and then they scatter it back into the library.
Amazing. She doesn't have anything that's useful against a swarm of books. This is what I get for having deliberately made her a non-combatant support class. Oh dear. Anyway. But yeah, she's a little bit frazzled and she's going to be making an effort to straighten out her dress and her little cardigan and fix her hair, which she's still wearing in a bun because she's decided she likes that.
Yeah, and Scribbles...
she is every bit the slightly put out, indignant noblewoman right now.
Yeah, and Scribbles just follows. Zay was following her and just sort of pants a little bit. He's like, "What's up with those books?
Well, it certainly was faster than walking. However, some warning would have been appreciated.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't know what kind of spell they put on those books, but that doesn't seem right.
Well, regardless, we're here now. We still have a lot of things to see, so why don't we finish up here and then we'll keep going.
Sounds good.
We've only got the day, so.
Yeah.
She's gonna make an about face, turn towards the reception desk, and I don't particularly feel like we need to make an NPC for that unless you had something in mind.
No, I'd say no, not in particular. As
all right,
the receptionist looks just as confused as you do, as she like looks at the books. It's just like, and almost like Scribbles says, she's like, it definitely look on her face and say, "That ain't right." But she sort of just waves it off for right now as you get the contact information from the library.
Fantastic. We now have one business card for the Happiest Place Magical Academy Library Management.
Yes.
Great. So do we want to go to the food festival next, or the orb thing that you mentioned? What is that?
It's called the Scryer. It's a giant fortune-telling ball. It supposedly tells the future.
Oh, that's interesting. Did we want to go and have a look?
I think it's your time to choose the activity.
I don't think I've had my fortune told before. Why don't we go and have a look at that? That sounds fun.
All right then. As Scribbles leads her out of the library, and you want to make a perception check really quickly?
Sure. You actually have a plus to your perception. 17.
You hear something. But you're not very sure what. You feel like maybe it's just the idle chatter, but it felt like it was too specific. But you couldn't really tell what it was as you continue walking.
Selli is going to slow her walking and just sort of look around a bit. Because that's a bit suspicious.
I was going to say, you can make another perception if you're going to continue to look a little bit as you walk out of the library.
Yep, she is definitely going to do that. Hey, that's my girl!
Oh, what did you get? Ooh, yes. Out of the corner of your eye, you see something not right as it's floating away, but you see the tail end of a long sort of fish, you think? But you're not very sure. It's a silver sort of tail, but it sort of goes into the library a little more as you hear
Oh my gosh. She's going to stop. Scribbles, did you hear that?
Huh? Hear what? And Scribbles looks around.
There is something more about this academy library than simply enchanted books.
I mean,
I
wouldn't be surprised. It is a magical academy. It would be out of character to have a few little secrets and tricks.
I feel as though my tolerance for hearing ominous laughter off in the corner is possibly not that high, given some of the circumstances we've been in this year. I think we should go.
Yeah, I agree. Let's get going to the ball. Scribbles, as they hurry out of the library, they head towards the giant scrying ball.
Selli is very aware that yes, it is Halloween. However, it's at the same time, don't like that. Right. Giant fortune-telling ball. Cool. She's going to let Scribbles lead the way because she kind of got the idea that he would like to do that, so she deliberately did not read the map ahead of time.
Oh, Selli, I hold you so softly. As you get up to this giant ball, which is, at least the outside of it doesn't look like a crystal ball, but there's definitely a entrance to the inside a little bit, so it may...
Can you see a freaking magic 8-ball?
You know what? I actually did talk to Al for a little bit. They said they didn't have anything specific for this, so maybe.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Sweet. All right. So there's a door. We're
Yeah,
going
there's a
for
door
the
that
entrance,
goes
I
in.
suppose. Is there a line?
There is a line.
Okay. They get to queue.
Yeah.
She hasn't queued much.
Yeah, which doesn't look to be that busy today. You actually get through it pretty fast. And the inside there is
peak.
Yeah. You get to the little ticket booth as you get a ticket and say go inside, and yeah, sort of it's hollow a little bit, but there is a giant crystal ball in the middle of it floating. It's the area is lit up as sort of the dim lit sort of lit up, they don't want too much light to be shining in this area. You'd think it may have to do maybe with the magic off the top of your head, but you're not for sure.
Yep. Selli is not going to attempt to identify any of this. She is going to just let them do their job.
Indeed. And yeah, there's a giant crystal ball floating in the middle of the air, in the middle of this other large ball that you're in.
Ballception. Oh dear. No matter how much magic I see, things like this are always so impressive.
Yeah, it's the world's largest crystal ball, from what my knowledge.
I can see that. I can certainly see why it would be. Most of them are about this big. She motions with her hands. So something that size. I mean, a giant would find that large.
Indeed. Yeah. And they were handed a little pamphlet as they got in with their tag. He's like, it says in the pamphlet that you just stare into the ball and there's a chance that you can see something with it.
Interesting. So it tells you your fortunes directly rather than there being a teller?
Yep.
Huh. Shall we give it a try? I suppose we're here.
I guess so. As there's a giant rail that goes around, and there's multiple layers of this crystal ball. So you get up to it and you just look inside.
Oh dear, dear. All right. Are we gazing into the?
We are gazing into the crystal ball.
All right.
And whatever information you want to say, you can go ahead and say it if you want. This is free reign here.
Oh, okay. Oh, man. You put me on the spot now. God dang it. Okay. I think I'm going to go with... we are here for the soft times, so I'm going to go with the soft thing, but I am also still going to roll her a deception, because she would.
Yeah.
Yep. That's... yeah, that sounds about right, Selli. Yeah. She's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear, yep. So she's going to look into the ball, and she's just going to look thoughtful. But she's not going to say anything. What about Scribbles?
Let's see. Gonna get something for this. Alright. Scribbles does look into the ball and he sort of leans back. He's like, huh.
Did it work?
I think so. I thought about doing that, but I guess I go with it. I mean, it isn't anything bad. It's just like, I was thinking about the future with all the gold we had and thinking of maybe since we have so much, buying a bigger house making a bigger house than normal.
Yes, well, we'd been talking about it already.
Yeah.
Scratch and Marigold really should have their own rooms.
Yeah.
Plus, we should have spares so that people can visit and stay. And I would really like a garden. I'm not as good with plants as Rye, but I do enjoy looking after the little ones we've got on the windowsill, so a small garden at least.
Yeah. I see. I'm not very sure if it's bad to tell your fortune. And there's nothing in the... And Scribbles, like, looks through the pamphlet, almost looking for an answer.
Frantically flipping through it.
If he doesn't say you should do it, technically.
I don't think it's the same as a wish, necessarily.
No, not really. But this home is around castle-sized?
Blink, blink. My goodness, Scribbles, that's enormous. Could we really afford something that size?
Yeah, easily with how much gold that we have.
Oh my goodness, we'd have to pay someone to help us clean something like that. I'd never be able to keep up with it myself.
Yeah, me neither. But that's something that we can think about for a different time. I just find that interesting. It's just like,
Where would we put a castle of all things?
Somewhere from what it looked like on the beach.
A castle by the beach?
Don't know where, but it was out in the middle. It almost looked like out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, that actually sounds remarkably good. I like Toontown, but it is very busy.
Yeah, it is very busy. But
I mean, you've seen Alamos Town, where I grew up. It's significantly smaller.
Yeah.
I'm very glad that I'm not here in the capital by myself. I think I'd be rather overwhelmed if I was alone.
Yeah. I mean, I'm used to growing up in the city, but I gotta say, it's going to like a small town, small island like yours, just like, I don't know, it sort of sounds nice, you know? Just being out sort of in nature, just not to say it being quiet and everything.
Yes. That is one of the things I miss.
Yeah, I like this. Yeah, that sounds nice. Just a castle out on the beach, just by ourselves.
Maybe just a small castle? There's only 4 of us.
I mean, yeah, maybe a smaller castle, not like something huge. It did look, I mean, castles look big no matter when you look at them, but, you know, it's just...
Yes. Well, I suppose we've had our futures told. Do we want to go and look at something else now?
Yeah. What was yours, though?
Oh, it was a nice thing. I think I might keep it to myself, though.
Oh, okay. Um, you said you wanted to go to the food festival next, right?
Oh, yes, I think that would be very nice.
Scribbles smiles like, all right, let's get going then.
Yeah, lead the way.
Yeah, he's leading the way. He may be low-key a little bit worried, but at the same time, he's gonna enjoy this day.
Yes. Look, she's not upset. She is. She did roll a 23 on her deception, but this is not a bad thing. Like, she's not hiding a bad vision. I could have had her hide a bad vision, but I didn't because we're having soft.
Yeah, we are having soft today.
It's a tactical decision on her part because they're in a dark room and she doesn't want people to go blind.
True.
So the food festival. I know very little about Disney parks, but one thing that I have come to understand is like the tiki room is like a restaurant now. Please tell me there's like a tiki room restaurant or like stall.
Oh yeah, there is a tiki room restaurant. Oh yes, there is.
Amazing.
Yes.
Gosh, now the song is stuck in my head. Ike, what have you done? Why is it there?
I mean, I don't blame Ike. That song will be stuck in your head no matter what.
Tiki, 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 tiki room.
Tiki, 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 tiki room. All the birds.
God damn it! I've never even
been. Tiki room.
I blame Ike. I blame Ike entirely for that. Anyway. Selli is going to have it stuck in her head because they have walked past that. She's going to catch herself humming it like 10 minutes later after they've walked by it, and she's just going to like frown and sigh.
Oh my. Yeah. But yeah, there's over this giant massive tree, or I say under this giant massive intricate tree, which almost doesn't look real, but at the same time, it's the oldest tree that has been on record. Or at least I assume so.
Well, I mean, it only has to be 200 years old in order to be the tallest tree, like the oldest tree on record, because he who erasures.
He who erasures.
Yeah. No, Selli's going to be fascinated by it. Is it actually, like, made out of paper, or is it the UPA-ian variety?
I think it's actually made out of paper, yeah.
That's cool. She is deliberately going to be looking at it from various different angles, because she knows that it doesn't matter which side you look at a UPA-ian from most of the time, unless they're doing a bit. But, like, they still seem two-dimensional, so she's like, yeah. Ooh, I want to look at the paper tree. Yes, I do. Fascinated.
Yeah. Indeed, and Scribbles is gonna roll perception really quickly.
While Scribbles is doing that, Selli cannot stop thinking about the university. She's thinking about how nice it would be to have a tree like this there. Can she get a sapling? Does it grow from cuttings? Is that legal? Can she take a little piece of the tree home? What are the import rules for plants?
Scribbles does
not help it.
Unfortunately, Scribbles doesn't see anything right now, as a paper just flies into his face.
A leaf. A very large leaf.
A very large leaf. Yep, that's definitely paper. It's amazing, isn't it? It's like...
That's incredible.
Yeah.
You could literally take a leaf off of this and then fold it into a book. That's incredible.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm wondering whether or not it was planted after the capital was founded, or if the capital was built around it.
I don't know. That's a good question to ask.
When I ask, it's a tree in a plaza. Like, it doesn't exactly have a reception.
True. But maybe we can find a history book later on, and say on Happy's place, and we can see.
Oh yes, I'll have to go and check.
But yeah, you can say it's so big too. It's like it makes you really sort of like ground you, how small you are in the world.
Maybe. I don't necessarily feel small. I mean, I am, of course, compared to the tree, but the world is very big. And there is always something bigger. But that doesn't make us small or insignificant.
You're right about that. It doesn't make us insignificant. It's just interesting how, like, I don't know, we've been here for a long time, and just like so many different little things come together and make a big thing, but at the same time, sometimes it just takes one thing to make a big thing. I don't know. He just like he's just like pondering the tree.
I wonder how big it would get if it was allowed to grow forever.
I don't know. It's the question.
I would like to go and travel abroad one day, Scribbles. They don't have erasures outside of Inkwell. I've read books on places that have existed for thousands of years. It seems unreal.
It does, doesn't it? We just gone so used to the idea of the erasures. It's just, we haven't really known much of anything. Honestly, I would love to go out there too and just see how everything else is. Just see that oldness.
I think that is the one thing that would make me feel small. It's going and standing in something that is older than everything in Inkwell.
Scribbles nod. Yeah.
Do you want to pick the next thing we look at?
Scribbles says as his stomach then gurgles a little bit. Maybe we have a bite to eat.
I was just about to say, I think your stomach is a suggestion. Yes.
Well, what are you thinking? Take your pick. Looks like I have a little bit of everything.
I think you should pick.
All right. Scribbles looks around and his eyes eventually land on a nice sort of stew stand.
Oh yeah. Yep. I've had breakfast, but now I'm hungry again. Dang it.
Yeah, and this stew looks to be being made out like the whole cauldron in quotations is a giant pumpkin that is on a fire.
I love that. I'm also picturing the very anime stew, like the curry stew that they do in animes and stuff.
I agree.
Oh, get in my belly. Yeah. I think I might have to make a curry for dinner next week sometime after I do the groceries. Anyway, getting very easily distracted by food.
I mean, food is very easily distractible.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. Alright, so gonna get a little bowl of stew and maybe go and sit on a bench under the tree and eat that.
Yeah, and got a bowl of pumpkin stew with some rolls of bread that come along with it, and they find a nice spot underneath the tree.
Nice. Now I do have to ask: is the tree an evergreen, or is it? I had the word and now it's gone. The one where it loses leaves and changes color and stuff.
I don't know. I've seen this tree in person. I I think it's
Oh,
one
it's a
that
real
would
thing?
change.
Okay.
I feel like it would be cartoonish and change with the season, so I think it would probably change color.
Nice. Even if it doesn't lose its leaves, they'll like be like oranges and reds in autumn, and then
Yeah.
white or blue in winter. Yeah, I think that would look really pretty.
Yeah.
I also didn't realize it was a real thing.
Yeah. It's the Animal Kingdom tree. Is a from what it looks like in the map of Happy's Place. It's just like I'm like, oh yes, that's nice.
Oh gosh, I hope they open that Disney park in Melbourne. Please
Oh
open a Disney park in Melbourne.
yeah.
Going to the States is so expensive. I want to go.
Yeah. And Disney ain't cheap either. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, I get to sit under this paper tree and eat their stew and their rolls and stuff. It's very satisfying. I think. This is so nice.
I agree.
It's nice to go somewhere new and just look around.
Yeah, I agree there. It's beautiful here. I heard there's also like nature trails and everything that actually go around the tree. It's a little bit more parky area, so.
Oh, that sounds like something that Ryan Marigold would love.
Oh, they would absolutely love this.
Maybe next time we can bring the kids.
I agree.
They'd like that.
I think so too. I think they would very much like that.
I'm going to make an assumption, Scribbles, given how the capital is dressed for Halloween, that they might go to the Nines for Animus as well.
Oh yeah.
Maybe then would be a nice time to bring the children.
Oh yeah, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, they go for the knives for all the holidays. Animus say also particularly.
That's something I love about the mainland. We do have Animus on Johtos, but it's nothing like what you put on here. Even Toontown is so vibrant and over the top.
It is.
I love it.
I love it.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But it's fun.
It is. Yeah, I remember when I say years ago, it's just like I always try to make my parents go to Toontown because I wanted to be one of the ones that wanted to find the Animus goat.
I forgot about the goat. Grief. Yes. Yes, the goat.
Indeed.
Cool. I think Selli is going to keep her commemorative pumpkin bowl from her pumpkin stew from the pumpkin cauldron.
Aw. Nice.
She can just finish eating, then stick it in her hammer space to be washed and put in the cupboard with all the other bowls.
Indeed. Commemorative bowls are not cheap. But anyways, what to say? There's say, he looks around and there's like he's just like, say, what do you want to do next? Like, we had the castle, but is there anything you want to do here? I see there's like other like crafts and stuff for like, festival stuff.
I think given as your fortune was so inspiring, maybe we could go and look at the castle for some ideas.
Scribbles blushes, his hair turns a bit pink, and he rubs the back of his head. Yeah, we could do that.
She's gonna stand up and hold out a hand.
Scribbles takes her hand as they go towards the castle.
She's just still having a good time. She's glowing softly. And she'll start humming to herself, and in like 5 minutes it'll turn into the Tiki Room song, and then she will abruptly stop.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Again, you're going to have to set the scene because aforementioned woeful lack of Disney access.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm looking at here.
Yeah. I actually have the say I could put it in here, but I actually have the wiki map for Happy's Place. I've been keeping it up.
That's fair. Oh man, open original and biggin, please.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! It is actually enormous.
Yeah.
Huh.
It is enormous.
It's been a while since I've looked at this map. I feel like that is a long way to go to get from the ancient paper tree to where Gisnep Castle is. So I feel like there might be like a light rail or something.
Oh yeah. There's a little light rail that goes closer to the castle.
I had genuinely forgotten that the first draft house was actually a building in Happiest Place.
Yeah, it's a tavern. It's like the tavern.
Oh, amazing. Gosh. The world got so big, and then we forgot about the things where we started. That's hilarious. Why does it look like a golf course?
I don't know. I think there's actually a golf course at Disney. It just happened to be where it is.
Oh gosh. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, okay. So maybe there's a light rail so that they don't have to walk because that would take forever. I'm going to say that there's probably a light rail between all of those things because or a teleporter. I like the idea of a light rail just because it's novel.
Yeah, I agree. And it's very Disney. They actually have a little train that goes in between them too, if I remember correctly.
Great. Yeah, because the scrying ball and the magic academy and the ancient paper tree are also fairly decently spaced apart. So like, yeah. Light rail. Light rail is novel and fun. So, yeah. They'll catch the light rail from the ancient paper tree to the area around Gisnep Castle, I guess. And see all of the things on the way. The pretty picturesque environs. It's probably a little bit more built up than this because people do actually live in Happiest Place, so there's got to be a suburb somewhere. Oh, there's a residential district down there. There's no way that somewhere this big only has one residential district.
Yeah, this place probably has a lot of apartments around the castle. Then maybe like neighborhoods in the residential district. But yeah, you see the giant castle that looks very impressive with the high walls and everything. It's beautiful colored roofs. They lean more into the spooky now. It looks a different colored on the brochure from like the original brochure, but they've just decorated everything up for Halloween. It looks like an evil like lair of castle.
Oh wow. Yep. I can picture that very clearly, and that's actually awesome. Okay, cool. It has been illusioned into a high gothic version.
Yes.
Of the Disney castle.
Yeah, with like clouds on like constantly like covering it with a flash of lightning every once in a while.
Well, they've certainly lent into the aesthetic.
Oh yeah. I'd say I applaud them. That looks very good.
And it's enormous. I didn't realize it was so big.
Yeah. It'd probably be a little bit too big for us. And he gives a light jab at Selli.
Yes, I can't imagine how many rooms are inside.
Oh, yeah.
And how many towers is there? That's an insane amount of towers.
Yeah.
Seems remarkably impractical.
Yeah, I agree. It's probably a lot for show.
Well, I suppose when the actual royalty lives there, you want to show off.
Yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't mind one tower.
I wouldn't mind one either. Maybe just
one. Being able to go up to the top and look out over the view. Especially if we're near the beach, we'd have a view of the ocean. I do miss that. At the top of the staircase towards the Hall of Origin. Being able to look out over the town and the ocean from the top.
Scribbles smiles softly and smiles like, maybe that tower can be our bedroom. We have a nice sort of balcony. We can just look out on the beach.
We might have to ask someone to install a magic elevator if it's somewhere we're going to be on a regular basis.
Oh yeah, for sure.
While I don't mind stairs, generally speaking, that sounds like a lot of stairs.
Yeah, I agree. And maybe we can have, like, different layers and stuff to it, too.
Yes. If it's a tower, then we'd have room in the, I'm not quite sure what you'd call the shaft of the tower. There's the upright part.
Yeah.
The tower part of the tower rather than just the bit at the top. If it's significantly wide enough, we could have a study halfway up and things like that.
I'd like to have my own little office or little study for the both of us.
Well, with the amount of work we both do at home, I feel as though having that sort of thing would be rather important.
I agree. Though I definitely want to have, like, a mini library if we're going to have a castle.
If we're going to have a castle, we wouldn't have to have anything mini about it.
You're right about that.
And she's grinning and she's glowing. Like, they already have a little tiny library at the apartment, but she's just like, castles have room for a big library.
Yes. Maybe we can have our study there. Maybe have, like, a mini tower or something for our, like, little offices. I don't know, though.
We'll have to start writing down some ideas when we get home.
Yeah, I agree. But, and Scribbles, like, looks at it, as watch. It's like, the tour's supposed to start soon.
Oh, alright. Where do we need to go to meet up with them?
I think it's this way. And Scribbles leads the way.
Okay, she will follow.
And there's a little booth area that goes to a side entrance to the castle. And there's a giant sign that said, Gisnep Castle Historical Tours.
Okay.
And Scribbles goes up to the booth and confirms that they're there and everything, and they wait for everyone else to get here so they could start the tour.
Yep. Selli is going to be, now that Scribbles had said, hey, we could have a castle, we've got enough money for that, she is now taking notes about the things in this castle and passing judgment, because, yeah, she's a noble woman, but at the same time, she's, like, lived in an apartment where space efficiency is key.
Yeah.
For the last year?
Yeah,
it's been a year.
Yeah.
So she's, like, combining the two. Is like, yes, glamorous, good, but also, why is there a bedroom here when there is a service corridor there? That is stupid.
Yeah.
Why is it like this? Who designed this? Were they drunk?
Yes to possibly everything. But yes, as the tour gets underway, which this older looking goat Toon is very tall. He's like 8 foot. Almost like towering over. Is like, bruh, is like, follow me for the tour. Please keep close. And everyone files in as he tells the historical essence of the castle. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are definitely just for show.
I'm going to roll Selli's hammer space. Doodly doo. Yep, that's not a 1. She's going to be pulling out a little notebook and a little pink pen, and she's going to be taking notes. Like, she could probably get this from a book as well, but she's here, so she's going to write down notes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the go-to like tells like they couldn't say we're not able to go into where the king, the prince, and everyone else like lives, but they're going to the main sort of like venues for the castle, which include a giant library.
Selli is going to do her best to sketch the layout of the library. I'm going to roll her a sleight of hand for that, which ain't great because her sleight of hand is plus nothing. So let's see how well she can draw. Oh, okay.
Oh, what did she get?
That was a natural 20.
Oh my gosh!
Apparently, she can draw really, really good.
She can draw really good. I love it. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
There's a whole page in her notebook that's just the Gisnep Castle library layout.
Yeah. It's like the Beauty and the Beast library layout too. If you have a full visual of that.
Yep. That one I can picture very clearly. Mm-hmm. And she's also making little notations on the side. It was like, this is an impracticality, and how on earth are you going to get up there? Ladder's not practical for people who don't have, legs or anything like that. And she's just sort of thinking of Marigold, and then it's like, Marigold can scale a wall. Still probably a good idea not to have a, 30-foot ladder.
Yeah.
But yes, that's what she's doing.
Yeah, and it takes it, and you're also taken to the courtyard, which is a very large, like, Victorian-style, like, garden. Very prim and proper, very nice cut bushes, very pretty but restrictive in that sort of English style.
Oh, yes. Yes, I can picture that. She's also I'm just going to keep her nat 20 as she's sketching.
For sure.
She's going to take some notes about the garden and also be making little notes as like, this is kind of cute, but I think a more natural look here would be better, and here would be better, and this, that, and the other thing. So she's got a photo perfect sketch of the garden and judgments again. She's good at judging.
Yeah. Then you go inside to the garden is of course connected to the giant ballroom with the crystal chandelier and everything, and the gold columns, and like almost looks like there's gold in the floor too, as it's just like everything is sparkling and clean.
She's going to draw the chandelier, but like I think everything else is a bit too ostentatious for her taste. It's like gold in the floor.
Yeah, there's definitely like a design
loaded,
in the
but that's a bit much.
Yeah.
Goodness golly gosh.
Yeah, and the next is the giant sort of banquet hall room where, again, it's very pretentious. There's like the table is set and everything to make everything look fancy, and there's no food on it, but it's just like the fancy plates, the fancy glasses, the many different kinds of forks and other utensils for a state dinner.
Selli is going to be counting the number of places available and the number of forks and spoons and things. Tap her chin with her pink pen, nod, and then go back to her sketchbook.
Yeah, it's just like giant. It's just one solid giant long table. And it's like, it almost looks like it's a whole tree that was cut down and made into a table as that.
That is enormous. Also unwieldy and could only happen in Ankwell.
Exactly.
I mean, not that it couldn't happen elsewhere, but it's the only place it would happen. It's so impractical.
It's so impractical.
But, we are in the Gisnep castle. I guess impractical is kind of the the name of the game.
Say you're definitely putting on a show when you're in Gisnep Castle.
I think as they move through the castle, Selli is going to just sort of turn to Scribbles and go, it almost feels like there's two different sections to this building. The place where they actually live, and then the rest is a theme park.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like a lot of richer people are like that. They want to make sure whatever they do show is the most, extravagant thing to show off, what they have.
Oh, yes. But I don't really get the feeling that these rooms are used at all, except for leading people through. Doesn't feel lived in, it feels fake. Whereas, mind you, our manor was much smaller than this by several degrees of, we still used the banquet hall. We used the library and the study, and Father had his own office and everything, but whenever we didn't have tour groups coming through, of course, but whenever we were giving tours to guests, we had places like what we've seen, but we used them. They were real places, whereas this, it feels like I would be surprised if the king even set foot in this room on a monthly basis, let alone a daily.
Scribbles nods that. Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. It does feel a little bit off, for sure.
I suppose if you're making such a big deal out of yourself, it may become impractical.
Maybe.
To let people see how you live.
Possibly.
And the castle is certainly big enough to have a residential wing where they actually live, and then the rest for gawkers.
Gawkers, and I don't know, I heard that they throw really large parties here sometimes, so maybe they use it every once in a blue moon?
Seems a shame. At least they keep the dust off all the crockery, but... Another reason for ours to not be on this sort of scale, I suppose.
Oh yeah, for sure. We can't keep a castle this large for sure.
Can't imagine how we'd build it. It's such a silly design.
I don't know to say yet. Well, I have a idea of possibly how we could build it, but yeah, I wouldn't be comfortable living in a place like this.
We'll have to decide what kind of place we are comfortable in.
Yeah.
After we've found a place to put it. There's
yeah, of
only
course.
so much coastline that's up for grabs.
I don't know, you said you want to maybe move closer to the university. Maybe there's coastline between the university and, everything else in UPA.
Maybe, yeah. Let's not get left behind.
Oh, right. Scribbles I meant to say they were probably slowing down a little bit and then remembered they were in a tour group.
Yeah.
But yeah, they show the different halls. They show the hall of hall of paintings, where of course show all the victories and achievements of Gisnep, and then of course what you had to have is the armor stand sort of hallway.
Oh yes. Yep. Oh, I am just picturing Selli doing the bit. The tour group walks past and Selli and Scribbles are at the back, and all the armor, all the helmets turn to watch the group, and she just stops and looks over her shoulder and is like, as you were, and then they straighten up again.
Yes. For sure. Yes. But yeah, the rest of the tour goes pretty smoothly. They show some of the other parts of the castle too, but again, everything is just for show. It's almost annoying how much they're obviously trying to show off.
Yeah. Selli gets it. Selli gets showing off your wealth and stuff. And that's exactly what this is. It's showing off. Like, I have so much money. I can afford to have the majority of the place where I live just be designed for showing off to tour groups. She gets it, but it's kind of grating on her nerves a little bit. She's like, okay, yes, I get it. You're very wealthy.
Yeah, especially with the supposedly history of this castle. It's just like spouting the greatness of the castle. You can even tell with the tour guide is sort of like over it. It's just like he's done this so many times. It's just like
4 tours a day, operating 7 days a week. It's like, oh, loses its appeal dang quick.
yeah, very quickly. Yeah, but by the time the tour is over, it's starting to get around dusk now.
Selli is going to stretch as they get out. Not because she's necessarily stiff, but because it feels like the right thing to do.
Yeah. Well,
that was quite interesting.
Yeah. Very historical, but also everything else in the castle sort of just overshadowed the actual history of the castle, you know?
It was a bit dry.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a shame when history is presented that way, but I suppose not everyone walking through there will have come from nobility or the grandeur of the university.
I agree. No one say we're probably outliers in that sort of regard, you know?
Yes, I suppose so.
But I did have something special and say I want to surprise you a little bit, and actually got us a little booking for dinner at a nice restaurant here.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yeah, come on.
Do we get to ride on the little train again, or is it close by?
It's actually close by because they actually also have a fireworks show tonight to say for the Halloween.
She is glowing a little bit brighter. She likes fireworks.
Yeah. And Scribbles takes her to this very nice, sort of beautiful, almost just almost a hole in a wall, but it's underground, but it also looks like you're sort of inside the castle again.
Oh.
But it's like under sort of like secret cellar, like this is where the rich like go to like celebrate stuff and everything. And there's like crystal chandeliers along with like some other very sort of gem-like decoration, almost sort of looking like you're kind of in a mine, but at the same time not. It's everything is like carved out of stone. It's very, very nice.
Oh, fascinating. If this is a real place, I want to go.
It's somewhat of a real place. There's actually a Snow White's restaurant. And it's without all the gems. It's very similar to sort of an underneath castle sort of thing. It's really cool.
Neat. All right.
Yeah,
cool.
I forget what it's called off the top of my head, but it's really I've been in there before. It's a really cool atmosphere.
Nice. Selli is going to be looking around appreciatively because unlike a lot of the things they saw in the actual castle, it's like, there is life in here. There is actual things and people that go through here all the time. Wonderful. I like that.
Mm-hmm. And there's still this very much air of fanciness, but it's definitely not as much as the castle. It's just like, there's still, like you said, life in these walls.
That makes her just relax a bit. She's gonna have a nice dinner. It's gonna be good. She'll enjoy it.
Yeah, and they get a little Scribbles gets their reservation, and they have a nice sort of like little sectioned off area that he got, which is right next to a large fireplace.
Oh, lovely. I'm going to say that she's made a note in her little notebook of fireplace. Underline, 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 underline.
Yes, very much so.
Gosh. Oh, she's happy. She's having a good time.
Yeah, and Scribble smiles, just like, Now order anything you want.
Just for the sake of, we have already been going for nearly an hour and a half, and I don't want to make myself any more hungry than I am now, I'm just going to say that she just picked something.
Yeah, I would say, it's true. I didn't even realize we were going for that long. I thought we were only hitting an hour.
Nope.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Indeed. Yeah. They have a very fancy sort of dinner with wine and everything. Very much sort of just to themselves. A very grown-up dinner in quotation marks.
A grown-up dinner without children nearby? Wow! Oh, you only get those once in a blue moon.
Exactly.
Oh, gosh.
And as you exit the restaurant, it's now nighttime. The lights are all on, and the stars are out beautifully as the castle is all lit up in different sort of lighter shades of orange with like different like light pictures showing on the castle, like cats running across the walls, spiders crawling. It is really cool as the crowd is starting to form up to watch the fireworks.
Mm-hmm. It certainly is a beautiful city.
Yeah, it is. Have you enjoyed today?
I have. It's been so nice. I've wanted to come and visit for such a long time, and there's still so much to see. We'll have to come back. I think that Marigold and Scratch would love it here. Even just to visit.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't know that I'd want to live here. I think we should take our castle somewhere there's less competition.
Oh yeah, for sure. I wouldn't want to live here either. But it's a very nice place to visit. And Scribbles smiles as he takes her hand and tugs her over to the area where there's a little mini sort of garden area that is you can see the castle very nicely in the background.
Nice.
And there's an empty bench no one has claimed yet, and Scribbles is like, nope, we're claiming this bench.
Taken, reserved.
And as the crowd start to grow in more numbers, and the fireworks show is about to start, Scribbles you can make a perception or insight check.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna do it as an insight because that one's better.
Yeah, and Scribbles is gonna try to deceive. He's gonna try very much to deceive. Unfortunately, it's a straight D20.
Yeah, I don't think you got a lot of luck, mate.
Ironically, I rolled a 7.
Yeah, she got a 19. You're hiding nothing.
Scribbles is extremely nervous right now. He's just like, thumbs are twiddling. His hair is turning a slight shade of purple as he he just twiddles his thumbs.
Selli's just gonna reach out and pat his leg. It's all right, darling. What has ever so got you so upset?
Shoot, I didn't want to make it obvious. I wanted to wait until the fireworks show actually started because I've been planning this for a long time, and I wanted to make sure everything is perfect and try to make sure that I was all calm, but I'm obviously not calm because, God, I'm nervous. And he just rambles a little bit.
I am getting flashbacks over here. Oh my gosh. Okay, yep. She's just smiling at him. You don't have to be nervous. It's just me.
I know, and that's what I love about you. I love everything about you. You're beautiful, you're smart, you're calm, you're brave, you're strong. And Scrambles pulls into his pocket, and I need to make something because technically he's in its hammer space.
Please don't fumble it. I mean, do, because that's funny as hell, but
No.
his stress levels don't.
No. He had to, oh, thank God he did. And Scribbles takes out a small box as he get off the bench and kneels down on one knee, and he takes a deep breath, Celeste Alamos, and he opens it up, and he reveals this beautiful, rose gold band with a diamond in the middle of it with an unbekant symbol around it, which I will show in a minute. And he says, Celeste Alamos, will you marry me? And as he says, at the end of that sentence, fireworks go off.
Alrighty. First of all, stupid cute. Alright, let me just... What's your deception, Selli? You're trying to keep a lid on it. Oh, okay, that's less than a 10. She's... All of her fortitude right now is being put into not turning into the sun. She's shaking. Scribbles doesn't have to roll an insight. He can tell that she's like, must not glow. Nope, no, we're not glowing right now. There are people around and it's dark. Must not glow, but she's kind of just put her hands on her cheeks and she's shaking a little bit. You already know my answer. I've already said yes. And she's just gonna jump at him.
Yes.
For a big old smooch.
Yeah. And... Okay, good. That's above the 10. Yeah, Scribbles catches her and they twirls her around as they kiss as the fireworks go off in the background.
Ah, I should have put fireworks in the title card. Oh well. Maybe next time.
Title card looks beautiful. I love what you did on it.
She is giving him a big squeeze as strong as she has the capacity to do, which ain't much. And kissing him very, very fondly. She's still glowing a little bit.
Yeah,
like
Scribbles' hair
that was
is
a 9.
Yeah, Scribbles' hair is bright yellow.
Yeah, her hands are still shaking after they part a little bit. She's actually struggling to get the ring out of the ring box a bit.
Yeah, and Scribbles just chuckles as he helps her put on the ring.
And she's just gonna look at it, and then look back at him, and then look at it, and then just squeeze him again.
Aww, yeah. Scribbles hugs her back, so... Yes.
And, I don't know if you were proposed to in a public place, but I was. So there is exactly 0 chance of there not being people watching and now applauding.
Yeah, for sure. This is Disney. Of course people would notice and start applauding.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's cheers. There's whoop whoops in the background, and Selli's just like, oh, there are so many people looking at us. Oh my goodness, Scribbles, you romantic fool.
I knew this would probably happen, but I wanted to get I really wanted to get the fireworks with the castle in the background.
It's perfect. Just like you.
Just like you. As he kisses her again.
Aww, so cute.
Yeah.
Gosh. I feel like that's just going to be what they do for the rest of the next 20 minutes at least.
At least. Is the camera slowly pans up into the sky with the fireworks and it slowly fades to black.
Yeah. it does actually fade to black. I don't know if it was the same for you, but when it was just, I don't remember anything afterwards. It was like, okay, yes, ring, kiss, applause, blank.
Oh my gosh.
It's all gone. Only thing I remember is we were driving on the way home, and I got my text my mom, and I was like, Daniel proposed, and she responds with, proposed what? And then I respond with, he gave me a shiny and we're getting married.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Of which I was mocked for at our wedding. But, you know, Selli does not have that kind of relationship with parents, so she will not be doing that. But the second that they're out of a public place, like maybe they get to into the apartment.
Yeah.
And she's still holding it together. And where's her D10? Where's her D10? There is her D10. That is not a 1. She's going to reach into the cardigan pocket, hand Scribbles a pair of sunglasses.
Scribbles.
And then she's just going to sigh. Once they're on him, she's
just
going to sigh. And then the sun is in their apartment.
Yeah, Scribbles knows what this means as he quickly puts on the sunglasses.
Oh, yes. She's going to just sort of sigh and relax and then kiss him again because she had already said yes. They had had an accidental conversation about it some months ago and she'd already said yes. She had already been thinking of him as her fiancé this entire time. But now she just
yeah.
Love. Gosh. They are so cute.
They are. I love them so much.
Oh, this has been really, really fun.
Yes. Thank you all for listening in on this now and in the future. I hope you love this soft episode before everything goes to shit, probably.
Not gonna go to shit. There's stuff happen. Stuff in the future. Stuff is underway. Everything happens so much. Bad.
Indeed. So enjoy this soft for the moment. Bye-bye.
Bye.